Meta slaves. Everybody hates them. Before we get into here, I know I'm being a meta character, but listen, that's not what a meta slave really is. Now, this is a different video. I'm just gonna be yapping, but a meta slave is not somebody who plays a strong character, bro. It's someone who consistently plays, who mainly only plays the strongest characters. The moment they get nerfed, they automatically just dip out. Even if they're, even if they're still strong, sometimes a lot of these players, they'll like get off of, like, even I say Armor All Might. I haven't even been seeing them, and I'm ace rank. Armor All Might got nerfed a little bit. I would say he's still at least A tier, but the meta slaves, they got off of him. Dudes do not like these players for the most part, and it's not fully the player's fault. It's mostly the game for the lack of balancing. But I think what people really hate is how these players just get to play the game fully on easy mode. And they have this mindset to where it's like they only want to play the game on easy mode. Like they're not gonna play they're not gonna play, Assault Kirishima. And even if the character is like, what I'm saying, like I said, he gets nerfed, but he's still good. They don't even want to play it on easy mode. They would prefer to play it on very easy. And I think that's why a lot of these people do not rock with these, the Nagants, the Nezires, because people were like, what I'm saying, when Nezire came out, and technical Nezire came out, for example, I feel like there was a good bit of people who were like, yeah, I rock with Nezire. I'm definitely gonna beat her. Then there was a season where she wasn't really all that anymore. Like she wasn't really bad, but she was just more so decent, bro. And these dudes immediately just got off the character. Now you got support Nezire, and suddenly there's a whole influx. Now I know it's a new character, but watch what happens, bro. Watch what happens when she gets nerfed, bro. I guarantee you, next season or whenever it happens, suddenly there's gonna be no more support Nezire players. It's like that mindset is so bad, bro. Because it's like, bro, there's so many characters, but you only want to play, and that's why characters like, what I'm saying, Assault Kirishima, Strike Shigaraki, they deserve their own like they need their own buff for like these like really like grounded type characters. They need their own buff because without it, there's too many flying, movement heavy types that just run wild. Now, funny enough, I feel like most seasons typically have like two characters that are like much stronger than the others. You know what I mean? So it's like, back in the day, it was like Strike Dabi, Strike Deku. I think at one point it was, I forgot who, but there was others. I think even Tamaki and Monoma, they were like really strong, but I wasn't really playing the game at the time. And then you had Rapid Deku, and I forgot the other one, but they came around. There was that time where Toga was running Rapid. So yeah, I would say this is one of the better seasons when it comes to like balancing, because there's only like I would say there's about like two overpowers, which is like, Nagant and Nezire. I don't really know who has problems with Tech Shigaraki anymore or Rapid Deku as much. They are strong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're not nearly on the same level as they are now. And I think why a lot of the hatred for the meta players, honestly, is, yeah, if you come across players who consistently play the same strong characters every single game, then yeah, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this junk is so annoying, bro. But that's not really their fault. And I think a lot of the frustration too comes from the fact that a lot of these people who aren't, meta slaves, or they play like, quote unquote weaker characters, well, not even quote unquote, just weaker characters, they're mad because they gotta play the game on extreme difficulty. Meanwhile, Nagant is in the freaking air just raining down projectiles the entire game, having a grand old time. And it's like, how are we in the same rank? And then, they get into this mindset where it's like, okay, well, what if these meta slaves get on strong characters? Do they even deserve the rank that they're at? It's like, it's just a completely unfair experience. Like, obviously, nothing will be like, fully balanced, because that's kind of impossible. But when you have a gap that's as big as like Nezire and Assault Kirishima, it's like, okay, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Like, I literally, it's so weird to me. Some players, how they do some of the most broken, just unfair stuff. Like I got Deku. Well, I had Rapid Deku for a while now, but I didn't want to play this man until he got nerfed, just because of how strong he was. Back when he had the infinite loops and everything, I played him a couple times, bro. I didn't even want to do the infinite loops because it was just like, oh my god, that's broken. There's no instance where a player should make one mistake and it just ends with them dying, bro. There's no way. You can probably tell I got bodied by a meta slave one too many times, but I gotta emphasize a meta slave and someone who plays a meta character. Once again, two different things. But yeah, I think that's overall why people don't rock with these meta slaves. For one, they're playing the game on easy mode while everybody else is playing the game on hard mode, and they're rewarded for it. Like they don't really have any like I don't really say that they don't really have any difficulty. Like I remember I like Take Shigaraki too. He's another one that I like because I like his abilities and stuff, not because of how strong he is. I'm thinking, and I started playing him more ever since he got hit with this beta nerf, and I'm like, when I played him previously, it just feels it's crazy because it kind of shows like how people prefer, like it makes you feel like some people really prefer to like win their games in the easiest way possible, and I can't respect it, bro. I can't respect it because Tech Shigaraki, when I was playing this man back in the day, he was so strong. I was having like the grand, like I wasn't even like I could have made it to ace rank alone playing that dude, and I might have never went minus, maybe a couple minus games. That's what that's what those meta slaves are. They have the most easiest time ranking up the ace rank, and it's like they don't prefer competition in a competitive game. Now I know everybody want to win, but like in my head, if you want to win in the most in the easiest way with the least amount of competition involved, automatically I can respect it. Like that's just what it is, and I think that's another reason why people don't rock with the meta slaves. So. But if you are a meta slave, honestly, keep doing what you're doing because maybe one day the devs will see it and they'll be like, okay, yeah, this needs a freaking nerf. Kind of like with Rapid Deku's melee, like his melee loops that got nerfed. Like if the meta slaves and the people who play in the most busted ways never did that, then the game would have never fixed it. So or even if it was just like one or two people, like it would have been such a minor problem that it would have never been fully resolved. So since like a lot of people do it, it's like. The devs look at it and fix it, but it just takes too long for people to it takes too long for the devs to balance everything out. Like me personally, I hate losing to it because it's like it's not rewarded. It's not like a reward. Like it's not if it doesn't feel earned. Like when I lose to someone like a Nezre and I'm playing against somebody like and if I'm being like Assault Kirishima, I keep bringing up Assault Kirishima because I play with him a lot. But if I lose as Assault Kirishima, I'm like, bro, you didn't earn that, bro. Like, especially if I'm putting up a fight, it's like, oh my god. Like a lot of the time when I'm losing, and if I'm losing in the game, I want to be like, okay, yeah, I got outplayed. It becomes unfun when it's like, you don't think, oh, I got outplayed. You just think, okay, yeah, it was just a broken character. I couldn't do anything against. That's when it becomes like, okay, it's just not fun. That's why people don't rock with these players. Now, unfortunately, there will be people who are, strong characters. Even if you're not a meta slave, like you probably just like Rapid Deku, or you probably just rock with Tech Shigaraki. And you main them, you know what I'm saying? Not because you're a meta slave. They're just, you just rock with them and they happen to be strong. Like, even if they get nerfed, you're still gonna play them. Hey, there's nothing you could do. And if people hate on you for that, then it is what it is. Like. This is strictly about the meta slave. This isn't about people who play, strong characters just because they rock with the, the character or the moveset. So, yeah. But I think that's going to do it for this little yap session. Enjoy the rest of this video. See what happens in the end. I'm not going to lie. I think I main Rapid Deku now. I think I rock with Rapid Deku so much, too. Because he has everything I would want. Like, yeah, he doesn't have the health, and Loki, I think they should nerf his like alpha damage and maybe his beta damage too, and then yeah, I think he'll be good from there. But I think I rock with him so much just because of his alpha. Like the way you can use that to get people off of you is so fire. But then you can also like use your melee and stuff to get up close, which that's that Kirishima in me. But hope Hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
I'm sorry. Ready to go. Dangerous. The safe area. All right. This battle's about to go hardcore. You dig? The safe area changes in 30 seconds. Be a good hero, muscle. What? Push through! Lock on! Coming in hot! There's Spider Box! Kick away! Not yet! One strike! Blood ulltra! Guard! Not yet! What's this? What? Danger sense! That's close. Ready to go. What? No safe area established. What are you doing? This is dangerous. What? Locked on! Forward! One strike! Say goodbye! All ready! Push through! Locked on! This feels awesome! Say goodbye! Push through! No! Not yet!
Don't bother striking!